What's going on, YouTube world and Pamper Gang? It's the boy with the Pampers and the Toys, recording from the one and only Paradise. And everyone, please make sure you like, share, and subscribe to my YouTube channel, the boy with the Pampers and the Toys. Please make sure you like, share, and subscribe to your family, your friends, and all of the enemies. And also follow me on Instagram. I am listed in the same name, the boy with the Pampers and the Toys. I always upload what I got on here, and sometimes I upload other stuff as well too. Support. Salute your shorts. Alrighty. And as you can see, Tiffany's back. Yeah, Yoda. We have the lovely Eileen, and everybody's just kind of getting along. They kind of get along. We just want that. But today is going to be a great WWE day, and it's going to be a great WWE day of a past action figure to an older figure, probably about 10 or more years old, possibly. Okay, so today we're going to be talking about actually Dominik Mysterio, a basic figure series from 129. And this is my first time having Dominik Mysterio in my collection. I do want to get him in an Eli figure down the road. And, okay, take him as I am. And the past figure, well, we have two past figures, but one is really an older figure I found at a flea market. And it was this figure's first time in line back in the day. So we're getting to a little feminine energy, and we're going to be talking about the one and only, after Miss Lillian Garcia, Renee Young, Mr. John Moxley's wife. And she had a great career as a interviewer and reporter at WWE. She sold it. Then last but not least, we're going to be talking about the one and only Rikishi. Rikishi, he's a WWE legend, because the Fatu family, they definitely, they really were phenomenal. I think it was him and his brother was like a famous tag team. And he's the greatest hits as well too. So I'm happy to have him first time in line for Mattel. I think I had him I had a Jax figure back in the day. I did. I remember it. Okay. So, let's get down to the business. No wasting any more time. So, Dominik Mysterio is Rey Mysterio's son. And I think he's like 21, 22. He's kind of a hot commodity in WWE now. I'm not really a fan of him. He has a lot more developing to do. He's young and he's still learning. He'll get up to his dad's level. It takes him years. I don't think his wrestling ability is the greatest, but he's getting better at his craft. I'm not going to slaughter him. He's a young man. And he's been around his dad since he was under 10 years old. I remember Rey Mysterio used to bring him to some of his matches and all of that. So there was like a build-a-figure set where you could build a young Dominik Mysterio. And him and his dad had recently had a match at WrestleMania, which I'm like, let me fast forward. No shade, no offense. The match, it just wasn't my cup of tea. Some of the matches on the WrestleMania this year wasn't my cup of tea, but they had to make money, so I get it. It was Hollywood. So, all right. So with Dominik Mysterio, it's just a basic figure, and I don't know if I ain't gonna say was this his first time? I don't think it's his first time in line, because it would have said it. Dominik Mysterio, I think, had figures before this, but I found this. This figure was very rare to find at the store as well. I only found one in my hometown, but to be a basic figure, he looks really good. That's what he looked like when he first started to become a wrestler as an adult now. And I think the tattoos are pretty good. Looks very well detailed. Looks like him. Not really too much to say about a oops, hold on now. I don't know if his legs is gonna bend or if they're gonna break. Whew. Might have to add some heat to that. Yeah, I don't want to break his legs because they just, I don't know how they be fixing these. They create these figures in the warehouse, and I don't know if they don't add the extra heat. Make sure you got to make sure they bend before you put them in the package. But I guess they don't have time. Maybe, I don't know. But definitely, I love the face sculpt. It's not the best face sculpt, but it looks decent to be a basic. So, what do you expect out of a basic figure? And the outfit is pretty. They got, I guess, basic figures to me kind of like mess the illusion up of what the person looks like in real life. Because Dominik's not that big, that buff in real life. He's in shape to be his size, a smaller guy, but you know, hey, it is what it is. It is what it is. And here is some more. He got like some more tattoos that are visible as well. I think they're very well detailed, very well sculpted, painted on. I like the paint that they use. I like how they designed his outfit with the gold and basically the black outfit that he wore. I don't know when he wore this outfit. Don't ask me. But the basics don't have that same thing that the Elites have, where you can move their chest back and forth. And he's just a basic figure. He's not articulated the best, but hey, what can you expect? Like I said before. And with that being said, I like the head sculpt. The head sculpt is decent. I don't think he looks exactly like that in real life, but they try their best because the eyes are kind of crooked, and his head just makes him look like some type of MacGyver toy or something. So I give this action figure not really much to say. I give this basic like a 9.5 out of a 10. I took some points off because the knees was not need to be heated up, and I don't feel like going through all that, so I just might have never heated up. I'll just stand them up in my collection, and there I have a Dominik for the first time. Okay, so there's your Dominik Mysterio, everybody. Rey Mysterio's son. But I don't like saying Rey Mysterio's son because that takes away his shine, but it's alright. Next, let's get into some feminine, beautiful energy. We have Renee Young, the past ring announcer. She's now on the AEW. This is from 2015, so that was almost 10, 9. I'm going to say it was about 8 years ago. So, when the women were called divas, and they don't call them divas anymore, they call them superstars. And they had a nice little lineup right here back in the day. And the great late Luke Harper, a.k.a. Brody Lee, rest in peace. And Kalisto from Next was his first time in line and all of that. But let's get to Renee Young. So, Renee Young she was after Lillian Garcia, the ring announcer. And then Lillian Garcia will always be the greatest ring announcer and reporter of all time. And, but moving on, Renee Young brought a little edge, spice, to that position. She was never afraid to speak her mind. She asked the questions that need to be asked as a ring announcer, and I love that about her. And she got her own podcast now, and I like watching her podcast because she has a lot of great people on there. She left AEW. She left WWE to go to AEW. She's married to Jon Moxley. And I don't know, maybe Jon Moxley's going to go back to WWE allegedly. There's rumors. So I would think it makes sense that, your wife goes back with you. Because I don't think she left the company on bad terms. She spilled a little tea on her podcast, but it's nothing more than the making, give your truth. You worked there before, so you know more than everybody else. So, okay, this is Renee Young, the older action figure. And I think she looks good. My only downfall with this action figure was They could have made her just a little bit shorter, but I think that Mattel at that time was trying to get in groove, like about making the female characters more realistic. Maybe it's the boots that make her tall. I don't know, but I do love the face scan. The face scan looks just like her. Um, and I saw some people on Instagram before, like, use this body as Melina's. They like swapped the head scopes out and put Melina's head scope on here, which I thought was amazing because, yeah, it could be a Melina because Melina always wore skirts and stuff. She would wrestle in skirts and stuff. But with Renee, I guess this was like the time that they were starting to make the figures, and they should have had her with like a ring announcer microphone. And I actually think, if I'm not mistaken, that I have one in my... Yeah, I do. Okay. I have an AEW one. Look at that. Because she's a ring announcer. Like, she's not a wrestler. She played her dues of getting bumped and stuff, but not nothing so extreme to where she got hurt. So, with this older figure, I love the face scope. I do like the face scope. It doesn't look weird. It doesn't look cheesy. It just looks like she's just there. Hey, I'm here to do a job. How are you? I'm here to get paid. So I do have a ringer now. So look at that. It's AEW. Let me move the AEW in the front. Okay. So this looks more like the real Renee Young. And I love that. Because she got a microphone in her hand. She's interviewing somebody. So how about this? Just like her, Hey, Dominik, what do you think about the match with you and your dad? What do you think? I hate my dad. He's not cool. I'm cool. I'm the new Rey Mysterio. I'm not my father. I'm not my father. He's a bad man. He's a bad man. Okay, but you gotta go. Bye. So, but I saw this at the flea market action figure for actually... It was, the little sticker said $10, but the lady gave it to me for $5. You can't beat that because this is an older figure. I'm only doing this because, I just want to see. She got like shorts under her skirt, and I'm only saying that in reference. Now, the skirt, I guess because this figure so old, it's a little loose. She got a little halter top, very classy. She got her little, boots on and everything. But I really like this figure. Like, when I start taking pictures and everything, making my little... I'm gonna get somebody to teach me how to do, like, photos with, my camera and everything. I got my ring announcer right there. Renee Young has never left the building. I can have her for that and my AEW ring and my WWE ring when I do buy one. It's just, I'm so used to buying figures and, all that sort of a thing. But I do like this figure. I wish she would have came with a microphone, but it's all right. I got my own microphone. And I'm going to give her, because I think she should have been a little shorter. And I shouldn't take points off, but it was the beginning stages of Mattel taking over. I can't remember what year they took the contract from Jakks, because Jakks, like I said in all my other videos, was horrible. They're good on other toys, but just not WWE or WWL for the attitude or ruthless aggression. So I just feel like her height was a little too tall. I'm going to give her a 9.8 out of 10. I took 2 points off because I think she should have came with a microphone back then, and as well as she's too tall. But it's fine. I get it. So that is Renee Young, everybody. So last but not least, let's talk about the famous Fatu Rikishi. So Rikishi has definitely had a long career. I know in the 90s he wrestled and was a WCW, and he had an early career. The Samoa family is really a big, huge family. The Rock and all of them are related, not because they're Samoan, but that's what they said. Everybody's related, from Nia Jax to the Uso brothers. Who else? Tamina, Jimmy Superfly, Snuka, The Rock, and all of them. They're just related bloodline-wise. And I don't know what happened to his brother. I need to do more research to see what happened to his brother. I think it was his brother that he was like a tag team. He called himself Fatu back in the day, and he was a lot. He was big, but I don't know where the big behind came from. But in the early 2000s, he got back in wrestling. He started dancing with Scotty, the late Brian Christopher, Jerry Lawler's son. Um, what's his name was Too Sexy. What's his name? Brian Too Sexy, and then Scotty Too Hottie, and they had a great little. He had a great little stint in WWE, and he used to put his rear end in people's face. I just be like, ugh. I remember poor Tori Wilson. I just felt so sorry for her, but she was like, "Oh no," but I'm sure he washed his backside before he got in the ring. Hopefully, but I like Rikishi. He was a good wrestler too. And he is Jimmy and Jay Uso's father, and he is Naomi's father-in-law, a.k.a. Trinity, Fatu. So, we're talking about him. So, he's from the Isle of Samoa. He's 6'1". Weight is 425 pounds. The finisher is the Rikishi driver. So, career highlights was Intercontinental Champion, World Tag Team Champion, the 400-plus pound Rikishi combined devastating power with the lightning fast agility of a man half a step. He was quick, and he still is quick to this day. I think he is. And that's just when he was dancing. Once the bell rang, the fun-loving Samoan was all business. Yeah. And so he comes from Elite Collection Greatest Hits. It's not a series listed on here, but these are the greatest hits. These are all the people they have back here, which there's a few of them I do have. I want to get that Jake the Snake Roberts so bad. I think I do have The Rock. I got to talk about Bam Bam Bigelow down the road, and I want the Undertaker. And I may get the Rey Mysterio. Who knows? So let's get him open. See what he. It's gonna be interesting. Okay. So, and what's great, I didn't even realize this. He comes with a robe. I'm gonna put that on him. He got the Rikishi robe. Comes with a set of hands. And he comes with a Intercontinental Champion belt. I don't think that Vince McMahon had pushed him to be want to be WWE champion back in the day, early 2000s. And I don't think that him and his brother was bigger stars. They were like big stars back in the day. To even have that status to compete for the WWF champion back in the day, or WWE. So here is Rikishi. I like the face sculpt. I really do. He got his famous iconic necklace. And got that blonde hair. I think he dyed it blonde. I don't think that was his real color. No, it wasn't, duh. Fatu back in the 90s. So as you can see, not trying to show his rear end, but I think the Jax figure really took the initiative to make his behind a behind that it was back then. Because I think everybody used to talk about the figure when they came in my place back in the day, and it was like, oh my God, look at him, Al. I was like, yeah, that's Rikishi. So I love this figure already. I really do. Let me. Comes with two hands. Well, hold on. I hope he can stand up perfectly. I'm gonna try. All right. Come on now, buddy. So, he comes with two sets of hands. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. He comes with an Intercontinental Champion belt, which I think the belts look better now than they did back then. So that's the Intercontinental Champion belt. And looks like this is his iconic robe that he wore walking down, whatever. Because, let's be honest, his assets this. So, all right. So, I believe they made his this action figure a lot PG. So I'm gonna switch his hands out. Uh, okay, hold on, something ain't right. Okay, okay, this hand goes right here. Was I confusing myself? Yeah. Okay. I need a hand that can actually be gripped. Okay, there we go. I think. Yep, that's the right one. Okay. So that is Rikishi. Let's see how articulation is. Oh, I love the articulation. I really do. And then he's got that most famous little waist thing that kind of remind you. It was like the tradition of Samoan a little bit. You know, like the design, how it was kind of like Honolulu, Hawaii. If I'm mistaken, I think the Samoan people were Hawaiian. Forgive me, not knowledgeable of some of all that. Being respectful about that too, with empathy and conscience. So there's Rikishi right here. He looks just like himself. It would have been nice to have a second face scope where he had a serious face scope, but he ended up becoming he was kind of a heel when he first came back to the WWE in the early 2000s, but the fans love him when he danced. And it was a feel-good time back in that time. SmackDown debuted, I think, in 2000, was it 2001, 2002, something like that. And it's good to have iconic feels. Because to me, I feel like he put Scotty 2 Hotty and Brian Christopher, God rest his soul, on the map a little bit because nobody really didn't care about them for real, to my knowledge of what I saw and witnessed. Okay, so this is what he looks like with the jacket, on halfway, and this is his famous belt. So when he comes down the ring. Okay. So there you go. There's Rikishi. He looks really good. I like this figure. Too bad this thing won't fit around his waist, but that's all right. I don't think the real belt part fit around his waist back in the day. But Rikishi's my boy. I like Rikishi. I really did. So, oops, dropped his belt. Shame on me. I'll get it later. But definitely, I give his figure a 10 out of 10. They got it down to the point. Like, I remember where Jax used to make all their wrestlers the same size. I think the only two wrestlers that stood out were Rikishi and Rey Mysterio. They had their own, design. So, I really appreciate them creating. And Yokozuna. Yokozuna was another wrestler that had his own design. And, that's the only one I can remember. Only three I can remember. They had their own little height, and everybody else was just made just alike, stand up tall. So there you have it. Rikishi, the face skin looks pretty well detailed too. Like, it looks so realistic. Look at that. You can't beat that. It looks very realistic. Okay. So, I mean, the feet wasn't the greatest, but I ain't gonna take points off because the feet is the feet. So, alright, so this is all who we talked about today. Alright. Talked about Dominik Mysterio basic figure. Renee Young's older WWE Diva figure, first time in line. I don't think they made no more after that. And then Rikishi's greatest hits Elite figure. So I would like to thank my new friends for subscribing to my YouTube channel, The Boy with the Pampers and the Toys. Please make sure you like, share, subscribe to my channel, The Boy with the Pampers and the Toys. Please make sure you like, share, subscribe to your family, your friends, and your enemies. Also, again, follow me on Instagram. I do upload frequently. I always upload everything I present. And everyone, just have a great day, and thank you all. Rikishi.